the sun shone down on the wild, wonderful world at the volcanic swamps bubbling and steaming. The treetop family, the first ever to invent a time machine, had traveled back to the land of the dinosaurs. In this adventure, the treetop family have gone back about 150 million years to the late Jurassic period, to what is now known as the USA. The big twins, Alfie and Asha, and the little twins, Tulip and Ted, were walking through the ferns and the steamy forest on their way to collect water and firewood. The pool where they collected the spring water was one of the twins' favorite places. There was a lovely waterfall. It was a wonderful place to cool off on a hot day. But when they reached the pool, they found they were the only ones who wanted to cool off on a hot day. The pool has had a visitor, a stegosaurus, said Tulip. In excitement. Sure enough, a stegosaurus was drinking the cold water of the pool. I don't think we should go any closer, said Asha. Oh, yes, we should, said Alfie. Stegosaurus are gentle plant eaters. They're pretty rare, so we may never see anyone. This is our chance to find out some interesting facts and tell them to Mom and Dad. We just have to be careful of its tail. The stegosaurus tail had long, powerful spikes. The twins drew very close to the head of the dinosaur. As it gently ate the ferns at the edge of the pool. This dinosaur has a very small head, said Ted. Yes, the stegosaurus has a brain about the size of a dog, which is tiny compared to the rest of its body, said Asha. But stegosaurus lived on this planet for millions of years, so they must have been doing something right with that brain of theirs. As the dinosaur bent down to pull at some moss, Alfie clambered up the stegosaurus. cried Asha. Remember what happened when Ted climbed on the back of the Allosaurus. It walked off and he couldn't get down. Don't worry, I'll call it down. Call it down. Stegosaurus can only walk at about 5 kilometers per hour. So it's perfectly safe. I just want to count the plates of its back. You can count them. You can count them from down here, said Asha. But Alphi was already sitting on top of the stegosaurus. It has 17 plates. Alphi called down. The stegosaurus was about the size of a small bus. So Alphi got a good view of the pool and all around him. He could see the edge of the clearing. He could see the waterfall, but hang on a second. What was that lurking in the old undergrowth behind the trees over there? The stegosaurus hadn't noticed it. It was too busy eating the moss and the ferns. The twin hadn't noticed it. They were too busy watching Alphi. Everybody hide! Everybody hide! Shouted Alphi at the top of his voice, flattening himself down on his stomach in between the plates of the stegosaurus. Alphi was just in time. Asha and Tulip and Ted leaped into the ferns to hide. And the stegosaurus stopped eating and turned to face a gigantic Allosaurus that came leaping out of the trees. The Allosaurus had huge teeth and horns above its eyes, and it could move much faster than 5 kilometers per hour. It sprang forward on its powerful hind limbs, and if Alphi hadn't warned the stegosaurus, it would have been taken by surprise. But the stegosaurus was ready. It turned its back on the Allosaurus, showing the carnivore all of its 17 plates. Alphi we hanging on very tight to 2 of them. Out of the spikes caught the leaping Allosaurus on the leg. It was only a tiny scratch, but it still hurt, and the stegosaurus looked even bigger than it really was, with all those spiny plates on its back. The Allosaurus ran away. "Phew," said Asha as the twins crept out of the ferns, and Alphi climbed down off the back of the stegosaurus. "It was perfectly safe," said Alphi, but he was a little shaken. "Goodbye, sweet stegosaurus," said Tulip, as it slowly trundled off. The twins had a little swim in the pool, and then they collected the firewood and the water, and they went home for lunch. "We found so many interesting facts about Stegosaurus," said Ted. "The professor were very excited because Stegosaurus were so rare. Our Stegosaurus have 17 plates on its back," said Asha. "They are about the size of a small bus," said Tulip. "A small bus?" said Tulip. "And the plates are very handy for hanging onto it if you get attacked by an Allosaurus," said Alphi. The professor looked a little surprised. Nighttime in the land of the dinosaur, the hot Jurassic forest still steamed with heat. All the treetop family were fast asleep. "Well, nearly all you were right to climb on that stegosaurus back after all," said Asha, "because you warned it about the Allosaurus, and that saved its life. Who knows tough," said Alphi. "The stegosaurus would probably have saved itself anyway. Stegosaurus lived in this planet for millions of years, so they must have been doing something right. And they both fell asleep.